So multiplication of integers. I hope everyone knows multiplication of integers. What is plus into plus? When I multiply plus 2 into plus 3, what will you get? Positive into positive will be?
Also positive.
Positive. Plus into plus will be 2, 3s will be 6. Okay. What will be positive into negative? Plus 2 into minus 3.
Negative, sir.
So
Plus
minus
into
6.
minus will be minus, which is minus 6. Okay. Now what will be minus 2 into plus 3?
Negative.
Once again it is negative. Negative in, so minus 6. What will be negative into negative?
Positive.
Positive.
Minus 2 into minus 3 will be positive, that is plus 6. So I want everyone to understand this. Plus into plus is plus, plus into minus is minus, minus into plus. So it's easy to remember and understand. So whenever you have two positives, it will give you, effect will be positive. Negative of a negative effect is a positive effect. Okay? And any number multiplied with 0 will always give you
0.
0. Even if I multiply a negative number with 0, what will you get?
0.
0.
0.
And any number multiplied with 0 will always give you 0. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the previous slide, in that last column, why it was given minus into plus equals 0?
Okay. So no, here it is. So minus into plus 3. This is actually 0. I think it's wrongly printed. I'm sorry. This is minus into 0.
Okay,
Not
sir.
plus. It is 0. Okay. Okay. Now properties of multiplication. Let me not teach theoretically. Now you tell me quickly. Does closure property hold good in multiplication?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why? Why? So when you multiply any two integers, you always get
Sir,
an integer.
because...
Like,
Yes, sir.
Very good. So when you know that if you have two integers, any two integers a into b, the resultant integer c will always be an integer because you know 2 into 3 is 6, 23 into 47, whatever is the multiplication, it is an integer. 0 into any integer z is also an integer, that is 0. So when you multiply two integers, it will always give you an integer. That's the reason it holds closure property.
the 23 into 47 is 1081.
Yeah, that's okay. We are not here in multiplication. I'm explaining the concept. Does it hold commutative property?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes, sir.
What is
Sir, because
commutative
6
property?
into 3 equal to 3 into 6.
Wonderful. 3 into 6 will always be equal to 6 into 3 because this a into b is always equal to b into a.
Into A.
So it is definitely holds a commutative property. Wonderful. Sorry. Yes. Commutative property also, it holds good.
Associative also.
Is it associative?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because A into
A
B into C
is
will
equals
always
to
be equal
A
to A into B into C. So A into B into C will always be equal to A into B into C. Therefore, it is also associative property.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have already learned this property, so I'll not waste time quickly. We'll run through this. If A and B are integers, then A into B is also an integer. That's a closure property. If A and B are two integers, A into B is equal to B into A, that is commutative property. If A, B, C are integers, then A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. Therefore, it's an associative property. So multiplication of integers holds closure property, associative property, commutative property. Let's go further. Now, this is something that everyone knows, the product of an integer and 0.
Multiplicative identity.
Yes, wonderful. I like it. I love it. I love it. Children, I love it the way you are looking at it. Very good. So, what is this called? A into 0 is giving you 0. 0 into A is 0. But, yeah. So, can I say 0 is a multiplicative identity?
Yes, sir.
No, once. No.
No, sir. Multiplicative identity is 1.
Wonderful, Unmana.
Sir,
Wonderful.
please explain. I am confused.
Don't worry, I'll explain. Don't worry. I'll explain. Here, see, what was the identity? Go back to your identity concept. Additive identity. By adding something to something, it should give it itself. In the additive identity, A plus 0 was giving you A. Therefore, we said 0 is the additive identity. So, in a multiplication identity, what should I multiply the number A to give me the same number A?
1.
1. Therefore, 1 is your multiplicative identity. That's the reason 1 is called multiplicative identity. Get this concept right. Identity is something which is making you to look similar. Like if you have A multiplied with what will give you A? 1. So 1 is known as multiplicative identity. Whereas A plus 0 is giving you A, therefore 0 is called additive identity. Can I assume all of you have understood the meaning of identity? If yes, mention yes,
Yes,
in the
sir.
chat box
Yes, sir.
quickly.
Sir.
Brilliant. Okay, so here we just are learning in this property. What we are learning is A multiplied with 0 will give you A 0 only. A multiplied with 0 will give you 0. Even if 0 is multiplied with A, so 0 multiplied with anything, you're getting 0. What happened? 8:16 p.m. Kushi, what is that? Okay, now comes your concept. The product of an integer and 1 is its integer itself. For A into 1 will give you 1 into A is equal to A. That is the reason 1 is called your multiplicative identity. So as you are learning multiplicative identity here, I also want to teach you, what is called a multiplicative inverse. But we will learn that. Actually, it's not learned here, but I can teach you now itself. Say, for example, you have an integer 2. What is that you multiply with 2 to get 1? What should you multiply 2 with to get 1?
So minus 2?
No, 2 into minus 2 will be minus 4.
Oh.
2 into minus 2, 2 into minus 2, 2 2s are 4, plus into minus is minus, therefore you get minus 4. So what do you multiply 2 to get 1?
So 1 by 2?
Very good. You actually multiply that with 1 by 2. 2 when multiplied with 1 by 2 will give you 1. So but is 1 by 2 an integer?
No, sir.
No, it is not an integer. So don't worry.
No, sir.
So that's the reason your generally multiplicative inverse is not introduced in 7th standard. We'll see that later. For now, just as a learning you want to learn, for 2, multiplicative inverse of 2 is 1 by 2. So multiplicative inverse of any number. So basically we learn it as A. I'll show you here. A multiplicative inverse of any number A is always 1 by A. So 1 by A is known as multiplicative inverse. We will learn this later. For now, people who want to learn, just write it. It's called multiplicative inverse.
Sir, can it be 0.5?
That's what that 0.5. 1 by 2 itself is 0.5. The meaning of 1 by 2 is 0.5. The value of 1 by 2. We will learn that. Don't worry. It's too early for you now. We will learn. Don't worry.
We had
Okay.
multiplicative inverse in the chapter rational numbers.
Yes, in the chapter rational numbers, you'll be learning that. Yes. So now that brings you to what is called distributive property. What is distributive property? If we have A times of B plus C, A into B plus C. If you have A into B plus C, it is always A into B plus you are distributing A into B plus you are multiplying with A into C. I'll explain with an example, then you will understand. So let's assume we want to multiply 2 into 8. What is 2 into 8? 2 8s are? Quickly.
16.
16. So the same thing now I can write it like this. 2 times of 8 I am distributing, I'm writing 8 as say 5 plus 3. Okay. Now I'm distributing it. Let me do it this way. I'm writing this 8 value, the value of 8 as 5
That's
plus 3.
2 into 5 plus
2 into 5
3.
plus 2 into 3. Now let's see if the value changes or not. The value doesn't change because 2 into
Yes,
5 is
sir.
10 plus 2 into 3 is 6. So your 10 plus 6 is also giving you 16. So basically A times of B plus C is A into B plus A into C. So multiplication is distributive over addition. I repeat, multiplication is distributive over addition. Similarly, multiplication is distributive over subtraction also. If you have A into B minus C, it's always equal to A into B minus A into C. A into B minus A into C. So when you are multiplying, say for example, you want 2 into 5 minus, let me take another example, 6 minus 2, 6 minus, okay, let me take a different example. Wait, give me a second. I don't want you to get confused. So let's assume, let's take a different color and do it. Say if we want to multiply, say 2 into 5. Now you know 2 into 5 is 10. I can write 2 into, I'll write 5 as, say, 8 minus 3. Can I say 8 minus 3 is also equal to 5?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now let me write this now. Now let me use the distributive property. So 2 into 8 minus 2 into 3. So what you are doing is you are distributing this number with this and this and separating with that sign, minus sign here. So 2 into 8 is 16 minus 2 into 3 is 6. 16 minus 6 is also giving you 10. So you can see the value is same. So you have to accept this. I mean, like you have taken 2 examples to understand that itself is a proof that multiplication is distributive over addition and multiplication is distributive over subtraction. So A times A into, the way we call this mathematically, we say A times, whenever there is a bracket like this, in mathematics, I want you to use this language, A times of B plus C, A times of B plus C. That means A into B plus C. A times of B plus C is equal to A times of B plus A times of C. That's the language I want every kid in this class to use. A times of B plus C is equal to A times of B plus A times of C. Will you use this language, everyone, from
Yes,
now
sir.
on?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant, brilliant.